This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Clueless8Trading Frank. It's approximately 8:57 p.m. on February 6th, 2020. I won't tell you how long I've been married. Let's say it's 20 plus, happily married between volatile events. That's why I'm a great trader. Is coming up in just in a couple of weeks. It's February 6th, 2020. This is a strategic Clueless8Trading webinar, midweek webinar. Today is Wednesday. Session will be recorded, uploaded to the Google YouTube channel. So stupid. Somebody told me, stop saying Google YouTube. You sound so old. I'm like, oh my God. My son actually kind of told me that too. To the YouTube channel for further viewing by anybody out there with the internet connection. Pass the word around. There is great information in there. I mean, just fantastic information when the markets are at its worst and when the markets are at its best, and anyone can benefit for it. To spread the word around. You know what life is all about. Nobody wants to pay for good information because everybody's a cheapskate. That's how humans are triggered. I mean, they're wired, right? So the the YouTube channel is free. Go listen to it. Come back. Stop doing the free trial. Sign up as a gold member. Once you have some skin in the game, that's when you actually start doing things which matters. But welcome to all the new free trial members and all the new members who are coming in. And we're always here to help. Full disclosure, this is purely for financial education, not for solicitation or advice. And let us begin. We do have a fantastic Instagram channel that anyone can access, see some great options charts, highlights of a couple of trades that we do every day. And they're fantastic because you actually see the options that you might have traded from 2 to 5, 2 to 6, 2 to 4, 100%, 200%, 300%, but you actually see it in visual form. And that's on the Instagram channel, Clueless8_trading. We do have a Facebook and LinkedIn channel that I don't post that much, but hey, stick with the real-time Twitter feed, the content delivery, because we have a lot of new members here tonight, or free trial subscribers. And the real-time Twitter feed is pretty much where everything happens. This is, I'm trying to drag it in from my other screen. When you have too many screens, it gets sticky. That's why NVIDIA is great. I keep on spending every 2 years, I keep on spending another $800-900 to to keep on upgrading the NVIDIA chips, which I'm going to do in about a month from now. Because all these graphics, this hardcore stuff, okay, you see this like, oh my God, I didn't buy it. Okay, that's your problem, not mine. So Pinterest, oh, wow, wow, I bought it. I made a lot of money. I know who's going to say that, but don't say it. Big time. I have common shares. When I say common, I mean shares. And calls. Calls were frigging $1.15, $1.20 2 days ago. We've been long this thing for about about a week now. And those calls are going to open up at $4 or $5 tomorrow. Hello, wake up. Okay. So these type of things are all NVIDIA graphics. I'm just trying to put 2 and 2 together just to get all you kids like understand the dynamics of it instead of just charts and stuff. Remember, I produce some unbelievable charts. I call the shots on the market. Look, I'm not an egotistic guy. I know my humility, but I'm not going to be humble when I'm right. Remember 2 things about, as I'm scrolling through this for the newer members to go see, and they have to review it. If they don't review this Twitter feed, which they won't, probably like a free trial member who's not really used to looking at the markets in a technical way like we do, they'll probably understand 20% of it. By the time they join us within a week after the 2 free complimentary coaching sessions, they'll understand maybe 40%. By the time they take the advanced coaching sessions, which is a few bucks to do it, so I can go to a webinar and my internet guys, right? They'll understand maybe 60%. The rest of the 40% is what they will understand from what they learn and from what they have in their head and what cojones they have in trading. Which brings me to the next point. Okay? Trading is about a couple of things, mainly about three things. One is information. Number two is your number two is about about risk. In fact, number one is about risk. If you don't embrace risk, if you freak out every time the market goes down 100 points because you are another RET, retail emotional trader, which you have been doing for the rest of your past lives as a trader. Look, I've lost more money years ago as I was learning what to do. I was never really emotional because from day one, since I was growing up, I was like very less emotional, more practical. Most people are emotional. They get stopped by a cop in the Jersey Turnpike or the New York Thruway. They're like, "Holy shit, my day is gone, my life is gone." It's just a frigging speeding ticket, or you were doing some stupid turn or something. It's not the end of life. So emotional traders generally last very little. They scream and shout. They'll end up in big forums like Stock Twits, which I love. I have almost 33,000 followers on there and some great people on there. I get a lot of information from it, but very few are tactical, non-emotional. The mission statement of Clueless8Trading is tactical, not emotional trading. I'm not here to preach, but I'm telling you what I believe because I have, you know what they say, right? In America and everywhere else in life. Because I am the president of Clueless8Trading, just the way our great president, President Trump, is the president of the United States of America, whether you like him or not. I don't like a lot of things about him. I'm a New Yorker. I know enough crap about him because I knew his CFO. I still have his cell number on my phone from back on my Wall Street days when they were raising money for the bankrupt Atlantic City casinos back in the 2000s. Trust me, I know. Okay? I don't like a lot of the things about it, but do I respect him for a lot of great things that he's done? Yes. Do I not like him for a lot of stupid things that he says and supports? Yes, I don't. But net, I like him. So the bottom line is Clueless8Trading exactly like that. It's going to be in your face. And by the way, this is primarily for people, a lot of people who are kind of new, so let them wake up a little bit. We are straight shooters. We don't bullshit. We're not going to say, oh my God, you're going to take $1,000 and make it into $1 million tomorrow, like all the garbage that you hear in other services. We're going to teach you how to trade. We're going to teach you how to be independent. So you can look at my tools that I'm providing, use your own gut instincts, which many of my traders do, and then say, okay, I'm going with it. You do not have to follow me blindly. The only person you follow blindly is your wife, your husband, and God. I'm just kidding. No, seriously, God. All right? That's the people you follow blindly. And if you're happily married, you better follow your partners pretty blindly and say, yes, thank you, you're right. Aside from that, you don't have to follow me blindly, but I will provide tools. Unbelievable tools. What is this chart? What is this chart, guys? Please tell me. What is this chart? Somebody wake up and tell me.
It's
Boeing.
It's Boeing. And the end of the day, it was all the way up here. And this chart, so I have made so much money off this chart, in between losing a little bit here and there. Only times that I lost when everything looked good, and then all of a sudden there was this like Boeing, all of these sudden big red candles. Boeing is attacked, and I don't want to sound like Donald, okay? Because he attacks everything that comes out of the media, except part of the media does attack him big time. But that's called a democracy, right? I'm a hardcore Republican, so don't take me the wrong way. But I'm a hardcore believer in America, which means opposition. So the opposition will always attack you. Just the way in the market, the opposition are the are the algorithmic high frequency trading black boxes. Some of you will understand what I'm saying. Some of you will be like, what the hell is he talking about? Well, I'm going to make you smarter if you join us, okay? Because we are seriously smart thinkers. Because eventually you have to be a thinker, not a dumb, oh, I just made $1 on something type of service. We are not that. If you don't like what I'm saying, leave. Okay, so Boeing, this is a continuous pattern of a very large. Meet me in late February, early March at 390 or earlier. Just this move alone was good for 280%, if not more. Boeing calls were up 1,000% last Friday, the ones that expired last Friday, because, and I just had a couple of them, just left in there to die, and they woke up with a vengeance. Because the media hates Boeing. When was the last time just the way the media hates Tesla? I don't even care about Tesla, as you know, guys know from my past webinars. Tesla's at the $1,000 stock. All farts from General Motors and Audi and Porsche, and trust me, we know supercars, all right? Trust me, I know. They're like, oh, we have better technology, you know, GM screaming. Yeah, really, you do? Let me ask a quick question right after I show the Boeing thing. Oops. Where is my drawing tools? Erase all drawing. So once I covered this very quickly, and this is going to be a free-flowing webinar, not like, oh, you know, the technicals, all this stuff, because there's a lot of new people. Let them wake up to what Clueless8Trading is all about. We don't advertise. We get most of our people from stock twits, referrals, like my great friend Heisenberg. Does anyone know what Heisenberg is? Well, look it up on Google. So, which I love, by the way. And it's all about referrals. We are very exclusive. We're like a boutique. We're not like your other services, like, oh, come on in, you know, I have a system. I do have a system. I teach the technical system. But it's not like, oh, here is the little things, you know, that come out. Okay, forget it. I'm not here to badmouth other people because they're all doing their job. So, bottom line is with Boeing, there is a large trading ban. This chart is so precious. Like I say, print and save. Print and save. Okay? Print this chart. It's on my Twitter feed. Print it. Get a nice printer, HP printer. Cost you like 125 bucks, 170 bucks for the high-end ones. Used to be like $600. Print it. This is a trading ban. This is how Boeing is going to trade. Buy some time, buy some strikes up into March, and this is what it's going to do. Yes, it might slip and sound because the media attacks Boeing like nobody's business, even when they're saying something good, which is just like normal life. You might be saying something good about somebody, but there is a snide remark about what's not nice about them. The same crap with the media. I am sick and tired of it, but I'm not here to change the world. Boeing is the ultimate swing trade. I said that way back when the stock was way down here around 320 and the stock went to 390 in between sliding and dips. I'm telling you right now, the Boeing 737 MAX and the software fixes are going to be done. President Trump likes Muhlenberg, the head of Boeing, the Calhoun. He's the new guy. Calhoun, Mike Calhoun. This is the finest American company ever established. When Boeing goes down, what happens to the American gross domestic product? Can anyone answer me that question? Because this just was talked about quite a bit in the last week or so.
Goes down with it.
I'm sorry?
Goes down with Boeing.
I didn't understand you.
If
What?
Boeing goes down, the GDP goes down with it because you did
Right,
mention in
right.
the
And
previous
let me ask
lecture.
anybody else who can say what he said.
1 or 2%.
These are the smart guys. I forget. I want to hear the normal guys, you know? Like, exactly. Why is Boeing so important to the US economy? The gross domestic product, which means how much we're earning as a great nation that we are, $19 trillion or whatever we are with our GDP. I'm just, you know, why is Boeing so important to our economy? Can anyone else tell me that? Mr. Khan. And Mr. Khan, please speak up. Your name suggests you're smart.
Sorry, my mic wasn't working before.
Don't give me excuses here. If you come to the webinar, get your mic friggin' fixed, okay?
Yeah,
Seriously. I
got
don't
it
want
now.
this is like a hardcore Harvard business class, you know. This is what we do here. HBS, all right? So don't give me that, oh, my mic didn't work, my dog ate my homework kind of stuff. I'm just kidding around with you, but I'm dead serious. You want to be with
Yeah.
us? You want to be smart, make some shitload of money? Don't tell me your mic is wrong. So here's my question to you now that you're hearing me. Okay? So why is Boeing so important to the American economy?
Boeing has all the big trades and stuff. They, supply the planes for the wars, the missiles, and all that stuff too.
Okay, you're kind of partly answering the question. The Boeing supplies, instead of the missiles and the wars and all that stuff, because you're too engrossed in the fact that America is 80% of the world's arms supplier, think outside the box. Boeing supplies 70% of the airplanes that the world flies on, aside from Airbus and all those garbage, Bombardier and all that stuff that are from Canada. Boeing is the best. So you did answer the question, except you thought about the war. Stop thinking of the war, thinking about the good things, all right?
You're right. You got it.
Exactly. We're going to change you at Clueless8Trading, your mental calibration. You stop thinking of America as a warmonger and think of America as a nation that actually changes the world. That's why everybody out there wants to be like America. It does. They might hate America, but they all want to be American. Trust me, I know. End of story. So, two good questions and two good answers. So Boeing is going to 390. You don't even need me. Just buy some March, April. Don't go beyond March actually, because that's when the BS election stuff comes about. Buy some calls. But the charts are unbelievable. Look at that. Bang, bang, bang. End of the day, there was a nice fat candle here. It's all there. I had these red arrows because that's a big gap that needed to fill. But I believe that Boeing will be 360 by next week. Unless the media attacks it again and they say, oh, Boeing, a dog died in the fuselage. I mean, I'm sick and tired of hearing the negativity about Boeing from every single American news outlet that's out there. End of story. Let's move on. Everyone with me so far?
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
Frank. I wanted to conclude a possible news that might come for Boeing is there was a airplane crash in Turkey, which was Boeing 737.
When?
Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, and it was on the news all
Okay,
over.
so let me ask you a question. If it was yesterday, how come it wasn't in the news today?
Because they're still investigating on if
No,
it
no,
was
no,
the
no, no, no.
pilots.
I agree with what you're saying, which is very sad if there was an airplane crash in Turkey, which you would know. But that would have been relayed instantaneously
Okay.
today. So the fact that it didn't show up on the news media today, which means, I'm not saying it's not a 737, which means it is not factored into the new stuff. In fact, I will check it out tonight because Boeing is so sensitive about everything that if there was a 737 crash that the Taliban shot down, it wasn't even 737, and the stock went down $5 on that a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
In Turkey, which is our NATO ally, if there was a 737 crash, ladies and gentlemen, we would have heard it in the middle of the night, and one of my iPhones would go ding, ding, ding. And I'd be like, oh, man, The dog doesn't like wake me up with the iPhone, he just like, we have 3 dogs. One of them sleeps on the bed with me. So it's just like we'd have heard it. So just as a Wall Street trader, that's a moot point. So if it does come out tomorrow, there's a different story. That means it is kind of like manipulated, because if something like that happened, we'd have known that right away. Does everyone understand that? Not just about Boeing, but everything, every other stock or anything that we deal with. That news is instantaneous.
Yes, and it would show up in the stock price right away.
Immediately, like within seconds. Within seconds. This is the world we live in. Miss Jeanette, who says she has no idea about trading, but she makes money, which I
Yes.
actually which, by the way, I kind of like, and I'll address that in a second, about people who don't understand much about technical trading. But you do like the pictures, right? You do like the charts and stuff?
Yes, they're very pretty and colorful.
Oh my God. Oh shit. This is fucking nuts. Oh, I'm sorry. I just used that word. But you do, no, on a serious note, you understand uptrend lines and how they're kind of moving. Like there's a structure to it, right?
Yes, I'm trying
Yes.
to, but there is a structure.
Yes. And you know what's really pretty and colorful? Other than men wearing makeup, I'm just kidding. Is 1 second. Is this? This is very pretty and colorful, isn't it?
Yes.
Like if you have a niece, nephew, if you're married, you have kids?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So when you have kids, whatever, and God bless you, you show something like that. Like I remember, I wasn't even a technical trader when it was Wall Street. My son, he's 21 now. Oh my God! And he used to sit on my lap when he was 3. I used to call him the Google kid because he always tapped on Google. When I was at home coming back from work, and he always like punched in something. I'm like, this kid's gonna be smart, and it turned out to be super smart. So when you show a child this, it's very pretty and colorful, isn't it? As you say.
Yes.
So all I want people to do, and let me get into something for everybody else. My charts are very kind of. We'll start off with one sentence from Miss G. They're very pretty and colorful, most of them. And between the prettiness and the colors, I do it for a reason. Just the way President Trump uses words for a reason. He uses words for impacts. I use word for impacts. That's why all of you silly people are listening to me at this time of the night. But more importantly, my charts are for impact. So most of them, I will put out colors. I don't devise these colors. These are the ones originally from the actual platform. In this case, it's Quad. Anyone knows the show Billions? Anyone watched the
Yes.
show Billions? Okay, you did, Mr. Khan. Have you watched the show Billions?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Where do you live, by the way?
I'm living in Montclair.
Okay, watch Billions. Okay, you live like 20 miles from me. I live in Jersey City on the waterfront, and you know the show Billions, or yes or no?
No, I never heard of it. I don't watch too much TV.
Oh my God, man, you need some help. Okay, so Paul knows Billions, right?
No, actually, I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't have cable either.
No, but Billions is the show about the hedge funds. About, it doesn't have to watch too much TV, like whether you live out in the yard. But I found 2 people who never knew what Billions was. That was great. I don't even
I
love
only
the
watch
show.
Clueless8Trading. That's all I watch.
Oh, shut up. Okay. Ronaldo, Billions, Z, Billions. Okay. Billions is all about hedge funds. Here's the problem. And you want to hear a funny story? They use the same system that I used to. I use 4 different platforms. So one of them is called Quad, QUODD. All right. And Billions uses the same, and the Billions actually shows the insights of how hedge funds work. So if you guys really want to be kind of trading and stuff, not they're going to teach you much, but they actually show you the garbage that happens within the hedge fund community, which runs most of the trading in our business. So I don't care whether you like TV, whether you want to be with Bernie Sanders, live in a cave, watch Billions. Watch. Anyone knows the show Ballers?
Yeah, Baller's a good one.
Yeah, good. So billions is the stock market version of ballers. Okay, so that's the best way I can describe it. So let me just do this for you guys. So this is a system called Quad that I've been using since Wall Street for the last, like, I left Wall Street like what, 11 years ago, something like that. And not 11 years ago. What am I saying? I left Wall Street 2011, 2020, only 9 years ago. Quad. So the quad system used in the show Billions, which all of you guys should see. It's fun. It teaches you a lot of stuff about how trading works. Except they showed all their monitors were used off quad. You know what the problem was? Who watched the show and told and can tell me what the problem was with all this multi-screens? I have 14 screens in front of me, actually 16 with my two other laptops, but all these fancy screens. What was wrong with them? I know the one of the partners of Quad, one of the founders. I called him up and he said, Keith, what the hell's wrong with the freaking thing? They're using your system to show all the screens. But who's watched Billions? Okay, I'm not going to waste my time, okay? And stop, whoever's coughing, please take some water. The screens never moved. They were static. They were like this. They were static. I'm like, what the F? I don't believe this. They're showing like big time, like hedge funds, like, taking over a big position. They're talking about short positions, shorting a stock. Great show, great show. Okay. I talk about shorting, shorting, like I explained to you why Tesla went up a gazillion points, why when I told you guys to buy a call on Tesla for $1.48, where did it go? Can somebody tell me eventually where it went? Z knows.
$154.
Thank you, sir. I wish I was.
I'm beating myself that I didn't
No,
wait.
I listed. I'm beating myself that I wasn't at $154, but I took a good 1/3. I shouldn't say half, but close to half the way. But I wish I had a monster position. And then what? I just close out my service? Of course not. I'll motivate all of you kids to do more. But I did. Remember what they say about the business, right? And Mr. Khan, are you listening?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. When you listen to our webinars, have a cup of coffee, all right?
Okay.
No, I'm dead serious. Wake up. What do you do as a living?
Me, I'm a financial advisor. I do insurance and that kind of stuff.
Good. If you're a financial advisor and you're trying to get me as a client, I say get a cup of coffee and then try to sell me harder. I'm an
Okay.
ex-Wall Street salesman. I used to trade. I used to teach salesmen how to sell. When you want to be a financial advisor, you need to be motivated. You want to sound like me. I'm 90 years old, close to, and I sound like this. How old are you? 30?
Well, it's good. Yeah, I'm 28.
Good. I know. I read people through my machines. I'm almost 90 years old, and this is what I sound. You think I'm joking? Z will tell you. So the fact is, sound alive, because God has only given you one more day to live. You might not even know if you wake up tomorrow morning. That's why you have to sound like this. So stop sounding so like, oh my God, I'm a financial advisor. Oh my God, this and that. I like you. You should join us. We'll wake you up. You'll thank us. Okay,
Sounds good to me.
enough of that. Oh, believe me, you'll know once you join us. So let me get this arrow, get this, and I'm not some sort of philosophical advisor, but I'm just telling you. All right? For a 30-year-old, don't sound like that. You sound like you're like 95 with cancer. Don't do it. No, I'm dead serious. How do I get this thing off? Hold on. Sorry, guys. That's what happens when you're 90. You can't find the arrows. All right. So this is going back to this. I know we deviated. So going back to this, lots of great stuff in there. Tesla's from 180. If you go down, this Trulier trade was amazing. I'm not a day trader, but I love to day trade reversals. Now, this is something important for all of you guys. Heisenberg, are you with me?
We're here. We're here.
Yes. So Heisenberg is almost, he's a friend and a mentor. He's a great guy. And he always says, Frank, keep it short. So I'm trying to keep it, keep it really short with the trades. So I got into this trade in the, I had the calls. I can't remember. They were like 3 or whatever. I bought it out of the money. Nothing crazy. On earnings, you always have to buy calls which are cheap. Don't buy calls too deep in the money unless you're really convinced. Now, can somebody explain to me what deep in the money means, or ITM? Because I do write this a lot of the times, and I'm going to ask somebody who is very new, Mr. Martinez. I'm going to ask Miss Rose. When I write ITM, or and by the way, Gina, I did write to you, and you better respond back to me. Get a group of people together for hardcore coaching sessions so I can get you guys up and running. And if you guys are like, oh my God, it's going to cost me like, $200. Well, let me just tell you one thing. Your 3,000 are going to be blown up pretty fast if you don't take those sessions. Okay. I'm being very serious. So try to get a group of people together. I'll give you guys a break. Because my business is not to spend my early morning Saturdays or Sundays coaching a bunch of kids how to play ball. But I do it because I believe that they can move forward a lot. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
No, don't sir me. I'm not the queen's sir, okay? But you know what I'm saying, right? Because if you don't
Yes.
get that hardcore coaching, and don't do the private coaching and stuff because that's too much time and energy. And I don't want to be like a one-to-one with somebody and listen to their personal problems. You're going to tell me about their boyfriend, their husband, their dog, and something like, no, not necessary. TMI, too much information.
TMI.
Yeah, exactly. So just get a group of people together, 4 or 5, already members, the group that's already there, and let's do it. And let's do it soon, because otherwise you made some decent money, you put look, everyone's happy when they make money. When it goes the other way, and then the stock goes the other way, which means a lot of money, but you are out because you freaked out. That's when everyone's like, this thing's not for me. So don't be a quitter, be a winner. So
Of course.
I will try to help as much as possible, but in order to do that, and this applies to everybody, sign up for the group coaching sessions. I love teaching new people because they're fresh, they're not carrying baggage. It's almost like somebody getting married for the first time, not the 4th time. Okay, all right, let's move on. So ITM, NTM, when I mentioned this is very important, not just for earnings and stuff, for anything. So, and this is basic stuff. So somebody step up, and please, not somebody who knows, but somebody, let me ask, I'll ask Gina again. What the hell? She's got the nicest voice in here. What is ITM when it comes to options? If you don't know,
I
just go ahead.
ITM, like in the market. I could be making this up.
Close. No, let's say no. You are close. So let's say your favorite stock that you made some money on, right? TTD, right?
It was PayPal and I
which
forgot
one?
what the other one was.
This one was, I remember because I saw your post and I posted it. TTD, Trade Desk.
Okay, yes.
Yes. By the way, this stock is going to $1,000. So you want to tell your boyfriend or whoever, or your next boyfriend or your next husband, like, honey, let's put some IRA money. Put money into TTD. These guys are so huge. It's not even funny. They do every single digital ad that you see on Google, YouTube, and other platforms. Their software is used. It's called Trade Desk. I just gave you money. So Trade Desk. So if I say buy Trade Desk, where is the stock right now? I'm looking at my other screen. And please, somebody else step in and tell me what ITM means as I'm explaining this.
It's
Very
in the
important.
money.
In the
In
money.
the money.
So let's say ITM. I'm just taking a random number, okay? It's more than this. By the way, this stock is a monster. Before earnings, we got to buy a few calls, buy a few shares. And right after this, and like Heisenberg says, keep it short, I'm going to tell you the quickest way to play earnings without busting your butt and being nervous all night where the options are going to open up. All right? Is that a deal?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Deal.
Good.
Deal.
And sounds good. I'm going to say it. And you might not make that much if you had an option that went up like $30 or whatever, but you still make money. By the way, we have two great winners tonight. Can somebody tell me what they are?
Interest.
Pinterest. What's the other one?
Uber.
Which I never thought. But Dara Khosrowshahi, I can never say his name. You know the guy, right? Dara Khosrowshahi. He's Iranian. The guy. Why is he a freaking genius? And he's got that big hipster, like tough look, like I'm gonna beat you up kind of thing. Where did he come from? Does anyone know? What company did he found?
I think it
Expedia.
was Lyft.
Expedia. Expedia. So from Expedia, you know, what's the guy's name who founded Uber? You know, the guy who got thrown out. What's his name? Jeez, I forgot too. You know the thing. Anyway, so Dara Khosrowshahi, whatever his name is, smart as a frigging doornail, tough, gets hired from Expedia, which stock went up like $900 zillion in the past 10 years. Expedia is like a mini Priceline, to Uber. And now Uber is going to go a lot higher because they're going to be cash positive and net positive, profit-wise. They're going to be net profitable by the fourth quarter of 2019. That's November. I mean 2020. That's November, December, October. I'm sorry, December, instead of 2021. He looks like the guy. Anyone likes like healthy food like Chobani yogurt?
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
Franco, bro. What you mean?
I don't know you. I don't know you. Who's it? Franco? I don't see you in there in the
I am
webinar.
here.
Oh, okay. So
I'm
Franco,
here.
you like yogurt, good probiotics. You're a health freak, you know, like all cut, like so. That's it, right? So the
That's
Chobani,
it.
who started Chobani? A Turkish guy who bought an old farm in upstate New York, and they both the Dara Khosrowshahi. I'm like murdering his name, and this guy look all the same. They both look like Spanish ISIS terrorists. I'm just kidding. And I'm saying, I'm that serious. They all got the beards. They all got that, you know, handsome, like tough look, whatever, and the chiseled beards. So they're almost look like either a Spanish model or an ISIS terrorist. I have no freaking idea, but they're both all billionaires. I love it. So anyway, so saying all that, Uber is going a lot higher. Wall Street, I come from that, I know. The Wall analysts, they were all freaking like, Uber's not going to make any money. They're all suck. And all of a sudden, and by the way, just so you know, and this might shock all of you guys, I have never taken a Uber in my life. It's weird. I'm like so old fashioned. I've never taken an Uber in my life. I do have the app on my iPhone. Uber is going a lot higher. Buy the crap out of the stock. Pins, see you later. Pinterest. We missed a big trade today called Twitter. Huge. I could have delivered to you guys 400% today. I do apologize for that. I do, because I apologize to myself. Like, what the heck? I wasn't even looking at it. The stock went up like nuts. It went up 15%. Pinterest, I shouldn't say pins, is up 17% after hours. Those calls at $1.50 should be at $5. And we buy more, because the way Wall Street works is they look at a change in the directional bias of earnings, and then they keep on upgrading. Everyone with me so far? So
Yeah.
that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. I'm not talking about Amazon, not talking about Tesla, which is loved and hated. Tesla's like that very hot girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, or no friend that you had, and either you love him or hate him. That's the stock. Tesla's $1,000 stock. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, 2 years maybe a year, maybe less than that. They opened the Berlin factory up, and the Germans keep on going nuts buying Tesla, and they say, oh, Z, my BMW hybrid sucks. Let me buy the Tesla model, whatever they come up with. Stock's going higher. And these big shots are all shorting the stock. Tesla's going higher. But Tesla is a somewhat dangerous stock with trading because you have to be quick, like we did today, like really fast, like big moves. Like the other day, I got lucky, $1.58 to 100. Like, holy crap! What's the percentage on that, Z?
I can't remember, but this is what I calculated. If I went along with it, I would have had made 400K.
Okay, so $100 divided by 1 times 100
100,000%, I think.
10,000%.
10,000? Okay.
Or more. Yeah, exactly. And I would have really made that much too. And I'm a friggin' loser because I took profits along the way. This is the market. That's the market. Okay, so now we have a little options thing here, and we know about the bearded guys who, all the handsome guys with the chiseled beards from Expedia, from Uber, and this and that. And you know who else has a beard? What's his name? The Twitter guy, Jack Dorsey. His beard's almost touching his frigging stomach, right? So what's with the beard stuff? Okay, sorry. No, seriously. You see Jack Dorsey? He's worth like how many $1 billion? And he's got a frigging beard. He looks like an Indian guru. Like, I'm going to teach you yoga crap. No, I'm dead serious. That's what he looks like. But that's the fashion, which is good. I actually hadn't shaved in about 4 weeks. I was losing it. I did take a picture of myself, and I finally shaved today. I'm like, thank God my face can breathe. So seriously. So this is my Twitter feed, this and that. All right, let's get into charts right now. I can't open my Thinkorswim for some technical issues, and it really sucks. So let me just move my screen. My screen's going to change in a second, so it'll take about a second for you guys to change. Any quick questions on what I talked about right now, please? I know I covered a lot of stuff. No? Okay. This is where the market eventually might go to if things work out based on my technical picture. I am really amazed with the market because it keeps on hitting the lines that I draw. That itself amazes me, and that scares me at the same time. I am quite nervous about the market, but what the heck do I know? I'm just a Clueless8 trader. I'm just following the charts. If things go really right, the market is going to go hit almost 33.90. That means how many points, Z? Please, you're my math guy. 50 points from here times 8, another 400 points on the Dow. Let me just show you one more thing, guys. This is what's scary about the market. This market is so strong. It's just like nuts. Now, one of the tweets that I put out late last night, does anyone remember when there was a breaking news or something substantial?
The tariff rollback.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys have to follow the Twitter feed. Not that you have to change. I mean, you have to wake up in the middle of the night while you're going into the bathroom and check my feed, but check it in the morning. It was so important. China removed $75 billion worth of tariffs on multiple products from the U.S. I'm sure there are a lot of medicinal products because they need it, and tech products which they need it. Like Paul said, they need our technology. But what do you think? And this is what I want people to be smart, because you guys are smart in real life. Think outside the box. What do you think President Trump is going to do in the next week or two?
Probably going to lower the taxes on China as well.
On a couple of goods, right?
Yeah.
As a gesture. Because imagine yourself in his position. He has made the Chinese buckle, bend. Chinese are not bad people. It's a business stuff. Just the way when I'm doing my boot camp teaching, I want to teach you guys. I'm going to make you guys buckle and cry sometimes, because that's only when you're going to change. I make myself cry That's the only reason I change. So, you know, if you think you guys are all so whoa, like ballers, whatever, how come you're not making like $100,000 a week off my charts on far less on like 20 grand? Because I'm showing you $300,000-$400,000 trades. So none of us are perfect. Okay. So the fact is, President Trump, in my opinion, is going to give them a little break. And if he gives them a little break on a couple of tax things, holy shit, see you later. And he's going to do it. Trust me. To get this market, yes, it might come down a little bit here and there, technical levels, these red lines, this and that. It's still going higher into end of first quarter, which is what? What is end of first quarter?
End of March, right?
What do you mean, March? You work in the corporate world. It's March 31st. A quarter is every, yeah, exactly. March
End of
March
March.
31st. So yes, March 31st. The market's going up till end of March, somehow or the other. So net, in the meantime, we still have room to move. And let me show you one other chart that I haven't seen myself. Miss Gina, are you still following us?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez, you still following us?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm here is another question. Are you understanding part of the things, that I'm showing?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm following along.
Exactly. Remember, my business is about pictures. Just look at it this way. I've been doing this for a long time. So I look at a chart, I'm like trying to figure it out. Just the way you look at your business and you're like, okay, I can see it. Gina, what are you good at?
What do you mean? Like my job?
No, like in life, what are you good at? Like, what do you see? What are you good at? Like when you see something like other than people, you think you can read people well?
Yes, I think I can.
Okay, that's good. And Mr. Khan, that's a good answer. But what's your passion? Like, what's something that you look at is I love, like art, like a cheesecake, like a sirloin steak. Like, what's something that you look at and you say, I know that's the real thing, or that something is good.
I like cars for sure. I got a Shelby Mustang, and
Now you're
I like
talking.
cheesecake.
So,
I got a cheesecake in the refrigerator right now.
all right. So that's what I like. All right. So you're a Shell Mustangs, the best American cars ever made, and unbelievable. Good for you. Good for you, sir. So you like cars. So you look at that. So if I asked you, like, what kind of customization, the exhaust or this and that, you'll be able to like talk like freely about it, right?
Not too much into the mechanicals, just the design I like more.
Okay, that's great. My son and wife have a auto design company, by the way. I know my son's
Oh,
graduating next year. I'll tell you about it later. Yep, they have designed everything from Shelby Mustangs, from some of the what do you call it? The lower end, very high, very fast JDM cars, right?
uh-huh.
To Lamborghinis, and they're actually designing a Bugatti right now. So they're into customization. I'll tell you that later. So
Oh.
that's none of my business, but that's theirs. So and
That was perfect, huh?
okay, there you go. So anyway, looking at the weekly candle, I can't open up Think or Swim for some reason. I gotta fix it tonight. Looking at the weekly candle, this huge candle is telling us that some significant billions of dollars went into the market. I haven't, can any one of you guys, and this goes all the way back, this is one of my favorite charts, goes all the way back to February of 2018 when we had a 2000 point drop in the market. And right here, can anyone tell me when they last saw a candle of this size? You can see it. I can see it.
It's right where the blue arrow, where the second descending triangle.
One second.
goes out.
I can. this stupid new format on thing, I would have given you access to the thing. So so if I'm moving down, when was the last time similar? By the way, guys, including Gina Heisenberg, Mike knows these things, and Mr. Khan, Paul knows these things, Ronaldo, and Z is talking. When was the last? It's called pattern recognition. I live and breathe by this. Believe me, guys. I'm going to tell you a really serious secret, no, or any secret. I'm not that smart, okay? But I know how to read charts. I'm really not that smart. I'm very smart with economics and understanding politics and this and that. I'm not that smart in technical analysis. But I draw nice pictures, like Gina said, very colorful, but they're very symmetric, straight lines, and I live and breathe by patterns. I'm a great pattern recognition guy. I want you guys to be similar and better. So go ahead with that. So when was the last time a candle of this magnitude happened? I'm going to move down and tell me when to stop.
There, right there.
Okay, that's one. That's smaller though. That's smaller, even though it's a continuation pattern. I'm going to keep on moving down.
Right there.
There.
Bingo.
Oh, you hear me clap? All right. One of my doggies, his ears flapped up. He's a papillon, you know, the French butterfly. You know, that's why they call them papillons, like designer dogs. They're all rescues. I'm like, what am I walking around with a designer dog? Hey, we saved them from an awful home. But I look very fashionable, like walking him, like, oh my God, you know. So, all right. So, yes, this. When did this happen? Can you give me the date at the bottom, please? Gina, please. Date at the bottom, if you
Wait.
can see it.
Oh,
Frank, the bottom of your screen doesn't show actually.
What do you
yeah.
mean bottom of my screen doesn't show up?
The date section doesn't show up on our preview.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah, we're only seeing the end of MACD, but we can't see the date.
That is not nice.
Um,
I'm calling GoToMeeting tonight, right after this. They're open 24/7 because their overseas call center is actually very smart. It's a very smart South American guys in Guatemala or something. They all sound like they're from New York. But no, that's bad. You can't see the dates, no? Okay, that's
maybe we
terrible.
should quote
Okay,
this time.
okay. So the date is actually June 3rd, 2019. Okay? So what you see so far is just the MACDs, but not the date?
Yeah, the end of MACD we can see like right at the bottom of it, but after
But
that we can't.
not the date. But thanks for telling me. Notify me of these things because these dates are important. So last June that happened. Now what about here? This was the December 24th massacre. You know, the Christmas Eve massacre last year, right? So we
Yeah.
had a similar candle, except most of the candle was a big wick, what we call a real hardcore hammer reversal, which generated into 1,000 points a day after. Okay, that week, which is like, if you were into that trade, we were into that trade in a small way. It's just like, oh my God, this business is amazing. All right. So the point is, this is what happened. So given this type of candle, yes, we might get a little pullback here and there, but this candle says that the big money has put their foot down, saying it's good to go for the month of February, at least till Valentine's Day. Do you understand what I'm saying? And we are in the month of February. I believe that this candle, as far as my knowledge goes and everything that I've seen, anytime you get that type of move, barring a extraneous event, which is negative to the markets, like President Trump saying, I'm not removing tariffs on this and that, the market tends to float higher. I am not like super bullish at this point, but that's one big bullish weekly candle. And that's pretty much it. The last things I'm going to show you is a simple chart that I don't want to go into details on. I showed you guys this before. This move is telling us that we have a couple more days to go before we top out. This thing here is known as a histogram. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. I'm going to ask somebody very, how do you say MOPA? Moipa?
It's Moipa, yeah.
Moipa. Is that your real name or is that a joke?
It's my nickname.
No, I'm just asking. I mean, it's straightforward. Is that a real
Yeah,
name?
it's my nickname.
Your nickname, okay. What's your real name on the first name?
It's Mujtaba.
Okay, that's a nice name. So Moipa almost sounds like something I'd sell at Walmart. Okay, I'm just kidding. So yeah, that's kidding. So when you look at a MACD going like this, does that seem positive? And that's exactly what I said what's going to happen for the last couple of days. When the MACD is going from deep oversold from -12 to almost going positive, and it will go positive because every single time it's gone positive. Do you guys see that? Gina, do you see it?
Yes.
So when I'm showing this chart, you don't need to overthink. Just buy. And by the way, you don't need to, you guys want to play selective stocks, you have to know the charts. You want to play the overall market, which is much simpler, especially for newer traders. Play the SPY. Play the QQQ. The spiders, S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the QQQ. Play the DIA. What's DIA, Gina? The Dow Jones Industrial Average, known as the diamonds, which I'm sure you love.
I do.
Exactly, especially the
I do.
especially the yellow ones, okay? The rare ones, crystal cut, not from 47th Street on New York, but from some exotic other location. Want to one of the best diamonds? Fly to Amsterdam for the weekend. Amsterdam is the ultimate diamond center of the world, okay? And go to,
Frank,
yeah, go ahead.
Frank, speaking about the DIA,
Go ahead.
would you suggest maybe buying some puts on DIA like as far out as April, just to hedge a little bit?
As a hedge, you can. I like buying as a hedge the VIX. You can buy some SPY hedges going into April.
Can you pull a chart? Can you pull a chart of DIA?
Yes, I can.
Because I bought some 285 puts for April 17.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you can always hedge. Remember, as long as your long positions are moving, you can always have a hedge, which brings me to a great question. Thank you for mentioning that, Mr. Heisenberg, Mr. German balloon that blew up. Okay, so the bottom line is, does everybody understand when I put hedge? What does a hedge mean other than your garden?
Insurance.
Okay, that doesn't answer the question. If I ask you to teach hedges, what is the hedges to your kid? How would you explain it? Let me explain this to you. I'm not going to say a Moipa. That's too weird a freaking nickname. Khan, what is a hedge? When we say we're hedging against the market, what's a hedge?
You go against it?
Right. We are buying insurance, like Z or somebody said that. Gina, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like a protection, I guess. Like
absolutely. Why do we buy insurance? Why am I paying like frigging almost $1,000 for my cars? God knows how much more just for insurance. Forget about the rest of the stuff. Okay, so the fact is that we buy insurance just in case something bad happens, right?
Right.
So it's the same thing with the market. You are long Apple. You're long your favorite stock, Trade Desk, which is going a lot higher, by the way. Square, Uber. These are all longs, right? They're all going like we're like super bullish on it. We're like, okay, and I'm super bullish on stocks that are still yet to reach new highs. That's what I like. Apple's like making new highs every year. Actually, Apple's not even at a new high. It's almost there. So I'm not even pushing Apple that much. So anyway, so how about some insurance? Let's say on all these longs, you have, I'm just giving you a just quick example, $1,000. How about having $100 worth of insurance just in case that 1,000 plummets, your 100 goes to 500. So instead of losing 1,000, you only lose 500. That's what we call hedges. Does everyone understand that?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So what Heisenberg, well, every time I say that name, okay, is basically saying is it worth buying insurance into April? I say, yeah, why not? If you are playing the long side with, let's say, 10,000 bucks, 5,000 bucks, $3,000, why not have $100, $200 as insurance? By the way, when the markets are shooting up like this, and I believe the markets will continue to move a bit higher, your insurance policy will keep on going down. Everyone understands that, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So your 100 might go down to 60. We did that just a couple of weeks ago, right? Who was with me on the VIX calls? We nailed it.
Yeah.
We nailed it. And we nailed it big. They were up like 100%, 160%. And then I didn't go into it and the markets fell one time, like they went up more. But I called at 40 cents. I sold at $2. Listen to my webinars. So was I like dead? I cannot pinpoint the market like dead right. No one can. This market is so strong, it blows my mind. And it blows the minds of the guys sitting in $40 million mansions. The market is way too strong because so much money is on the sidelines. Everybody is like, oh, nothing can ever go higher. We're all going to hell in a handbasket. We're all going to get coronavirus in our salads. New York's going to shut down because there are a lot of Chinese people in there. All that garbage. So the market refuses to believe that and goes higher. So that's basically it. So that's a very good question. Can you buy hedges as an insurance policy? Going, and the last chart I'm going to show, which is a really long-term chart. Going into March, I would buy insurance policies into March, which is hedges. SPY, DIA, which is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We call it diamonds. The SPYs are called the spiders. Sure, you can do that. So you good with that? What I just said?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Now here is the only problem, my friend. If you put too much into it, because every morning or every night when you go to bed, you're like, oh my God, the market is gonna go down, this coronavirus is gonna be in my Corona beer, which by the way is the worst beer in the world. I don't know why it's the biggest selling beer. It tastes like piss water. I used to drink beer. I don't anymore. Okay? Because I'm on a keto diet. Like, I'm dead serious. Let me tell you something straight out. I love red wine. Like, I love like the best of the red wines. I love the organic wine, and then my doctor see that high sugar. I'm like, I don't even eat sweet because it's your wine, you stupid. I'm like, okay, what do I do? Drink straight Stoli. I'm like, great. That's great. I should drink straight Stoli and trade. They go, no, drink white rosé wine. I'm like, ooh, how cute. I'm like a metrosexual from New York, right? It's like, no, I started drinking it. I love it. I love the bubble roses and the rose bubbles and with, 12% alcohol, no sugar, no carb. Love it. All right. So the fact is that, why was I saying this, by the way?
Coronavirus.
Yes. So I have no idea why people like this garbage beer, but that's called marketing, right? I could be a garbage trader, market you guys such a bill of goods. You'd be drinking Corona beer. So like one of my traders, which is Mr. Heisenberg, sends me this thing in this, I'm out with my wife, like doing stuff on Sunday. I got this big headline saying first Corona thing hit on New Jersey. I'm like, okay, here we go. And it shows a very fat guy lying there with the Corona beer next to him, like, oh God. Okay. I said, thank God. But seriously, so much bad beer out there. I used to love the single IPA or double IPA from upstate New York, handcrafted, beautiful, great spicy taste. You know what I'm talking about, guys, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep, and I miss that because I don't drink it anymore, and I'm happy. So I used to put some lime. I used to put some black pepper. That was my style of doing it from my Mexican bartender at one of my favorite bars. And he's like, hey, puts a little bit of the little red Mexican pepper and stuff. I'm like, I love this. You know, 2 or 3 of them. I'm like, wow, I love it. But too fattening, guys. Can't do it. I was 400 pounds, 90 years old. Now I'm 300 pounds, 80 years old. Okay. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good, actually. It's pretty good. All right. Here's the problem. Let's go. Last thing I'm gonna say. It's so much fun, like hanging out with you guys with no drinks, no beer. You know, seriously, I gotta move. So this is the problem. Heisenberg, are you with me so far?
I'm good. Yeah, we're here.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a general question, not just to you. Look at this frigging chart of the monthly chart since 2008, when the big real estate market crash, right? The mortgage crisis, which we almost got the U.S. into a depression from 2007 to 2009. This is when I'm sitting at my desk saying, oh my God, my clients are selling out. They sold Apple at 80. Post-split, it's at 800 right now. This is when the Federal Reserve comes in 2009, March 9th. That's when the market bottom at almost 666. Okay, that's history, which most of you guys might have forgotten. The Federal Reserve moved in. Bernanke said, that's it, pump the money. Everybody said, oh, that's so socialistic, full of garbage. Okay, Rand Paul and all these hardcore guys, like, oh, this is it, end of America. The Federal Reserve is pumping in money. Okay, thank you very much. This is what the market is. Now, look at it. When you look at this chart, first thing, my open eyes, Miss, you know who I'm going to say, Gina, what does this chart look like it's going?
Up,
Why?
because it already hit bottom.
That's a garbage answer. What's bottom? Well, no, seriously, think and answer. I mean, where's the bottom? Here? Here's the bottom?
Yeah.
11 years ago when you were like 5? I'm just kidding. Don't look back that far. Look at the channels. This is how you guys need to look at charts. How do you know this was the bottom? Nobody knew this was the bottom. Nobody bought stocks. Nobody still buys stocks. Why do you think you guys are all doing free trials and like, oh my God, these guys are making so much money? Because the market's going higher. You're finally getting excited. Where were you guys around here? Where were you guys here? All panicking. Where were you guys here in 2018? Holding your diapers to the point. I'm like, listen to my video on March of 2018. What I was saying. Was I bullish? No. When I saw this candle, I'm like, dude, we're going to go down probably here. But no, the market turned and I went nuts. When President Trump won, the market was down 1,000 points in the Globex futures. And a day later, I did my video. I said, we are going to be in steroids bigger than anything we have seen. So don't just say the bottom, because you don't know what the bottom is. Just look at the channels. This is the way you got to look at a chart. This is the way my eyes look at a chart. And tell me if I'm wrong. Look at these channels. Let me make this really big. Whose thing is that? And mute yourself, please. Looks like you're in a again. Looks like, okay. Look at this channel. That's it. So when you look at this channel, Gina, and I'm
Yes.
just trying to teach, okay? Where does it look like it's going to go? Based on the candles. You like candles. You told me you like candles.
I do. Scented ones.
Huh? Oh, get serious here for a second. When you look at these candles, that's worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on your account, based on your account. So don't take this as a joke. You're not doing this for fun. You're not doing this for fun. You're doing this to make some serious money. So your account can be 10 times more 6 months from now. Yes or no?
Yes.
And all of you apply the same. You're not doing this for fun. I'm not going to be the one who's going to take you there. You guys are going to take yourselves there with my help. I'm not going to be changing your diapers, any of your diapers. You guys are going to learn. So I'm just trying to teach. So when you look at these candle structure, which I'm not going to get into right now, where does this candle look like it wants to go?
It looks like an uptrend.
Oh God. Are you on like a Bumble date or something? Like you're being like totally polite with the guy, like, you know, this and that. I mean, seriously, what do you mean? I know it's an uptrend. Where does it want to go?
What do you mean, like the number?
No, not the number. Visually, where does it want to go? I'm just pointing it out.
To the top? I don't
Top,
know. I don't
yes.
have an answer.
Not
To the upper
your,
purple line.
1 second. She's right there. Because if I can show Gina this, then every one of the new members will understand. Gina's teaching them right now. Yes, it's going to the top, but where does the top stop? Where does,
3,600?
yes, 3,600 or at least to the upper end of this channel, right?
Right.
There you go. That's the answer. That's how simple technical analysis is. And the reason I have this arrow, like God forbid, we fall down here, which is thousands of points from here. I mean, who knows? We will get there sometime where I'm not even looking. And I had drawn that at the time back in January of 2019. But yes, at this point, it really looks like it's either going to go to 3,600 or to the top of this channel, which is 3488, which is Dow Jones 30,000. So that's your answer, Heisenberg. Why you can be too hedged. Small hedges are fine, but the long-term picture, because Gina kind of answered your question in a different way. So Gina, I'm clear on what I explained to you, right?
Yes.
That's the way you should look at it. Don't make this complicated. It's actually very simple. It's how your eyes see things. When was the last time anyone went to an art museum in New York or wherever you are?
A couple months ago.
Okay, I haven't been to one in about a year. My wife's actually an artist, but I'm dying to go to Museum of Modern Art. The last time I was there was a year and a half ago in New York. New York has the finest collection of art in the whole world, and Metropolitan Museum, Met. And when we look at art, these charts are art. You don't have to overanalyze. Just look, absorb, and understand. The thing is easier with these charts are because the candles are clean and the structures are the same. These are geometric art. There is an artist called Escher. He's a German artist. Some of you might know, some of you might not. Google him. He used to draw geometric paintings. Anyone know Escher? Mike probably knows. Okay, look him up. Escher, I believe. Geometric paintings, like upside down. You have to look very carefully to see the pattern. But once you saw it, it was all loud and clear. Escher. Okay, I knew him from college. I mean, his paintings. Does anyone know Salvador Dali?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My charts look nothing like that because Salvador Dali was on crack when he was drawing his stuff, okay? And that's why his paintings are so amazing. I'm dead serious. So I am not on crack and the markets are not on crack, okay? So I just want to show the difference, okay? If you want symmetrical drawings, look for geometric artists like Escher, the German guy. Germans are always very precise, right? That's why they make some of the finest cars in the world. The Italians make some of the finest cars in the world as long as you have a very high paid mechanic to fix it every 3 months. Right? But the Germans, no. Do you know what the Germans say? And Escher was German, Austrian. The devil's not in the details. The details, is exactly what the machine's made of. That's it. So don't make this complicated. This is going higher. Yes, we might drip it down. If we get a big red candle like this, yes, I'll change my mind. As a technical trader, I have a right to change my mind depending on chart. In the meantime, let's make some frigging money. Forget what I said. Just buy a couple of my alerts. What about the guy who I put the alert out? He's a structural engineer. Hashtag, remember that post that I put out there? J Fox. He's a freaking structural engineer building bridges and border walls and God knows what, okay, out there in the Midwest. Like he said, hashtag take the trade. That's it. Just do it. Don't make this complicated. If you want to learn a little bit more, sign up for the group sessions. In the meantime, don't make this complicated. Buy one call here, one call there, this and that, 2 calls, 10 calls, whatever. And then you want to be a baller, then you do those 12 grand type of days. In the meantime, God bless you all. And anybody who's doing all these free trials, good. But remember one thing, free trials mean nothing. You want to get into the money, take a couple of my trades, sign up as real members. That's the way it works. And thank you for everybody who did. So that's it for now. Good night.
Good night.
God bless you all.